we think or when we discuss or when we need to discuss about gram or villages or rural development, without touching Gandhi's vision, we cannot fulfill the discussion in fruitful way. Moreover, if we comparatively discuss the Babuji ideas on rural development with other eminent persons, then we can come to know the true spirit of Babuji also. Otherwise, from yesterday onwards, that we are having the stereotype of projection and the contribution, everything towards the Babuji only. So since it is his seminar, that's it is obvious, but at the same time, if you compare his ideas with other person, the true spirit and the reality, the practicality can be unfold. That's what. Here if you look at Gandhi, Gram Swaraj, he believed in the principle of Gram Swaraj. As soon as we got independence, that he started projecting his idea on the Gram Swaraj. So mainly that Gram Swaraj means what? Self-reliance. Self-reliance means what? That rural structure should be folded or to be continued the tradition. Tradition also need to be continued. So what does mean by tradition over here? And in the tradition, if you look at the legacy of the tradition, their caste system was there, Varna system was there, okay, and hierarchy system was there. And if you go little bit deep into that system, there was a discrimination, there was untouchability, there was a gender discrimination. So these kind of things also were there, where Gandhiji, without addressing these kind of things, what happened, he tried to project his own way of Gram Swaraj. He did not think about the distortions, how to wipe out all these distortions which were there in the society, which was there in the tradition. Whereas Babuji, here you see Babuji, Babuji. The only small difference is there in the names, but look at that, there is a big difference in their ideas. Babuji believed in modernity, Babuji believed in the old tradition. Babuji means Babuji Ram believed in the technology. Babuji Ram believed in the self-sustenance, believed in self-sustenance with the modern ideas. So this is what the basic difference between them. For example, I will tell you a small thing, that hierarchy in the tradition that you know very well. If you go to village, even today also, if you go to village, there you can find the roots of the tradition, where the different castes, they stay different places, where in that caste, that Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Sudras, Vaishyas, like that four Varna system were there, where Varna system also have been accepted and they have been defining in different way nowadays. So that's what that can be seen, even that is visible even today also. That's what all in general terms, I will tell you that the Dalits have been segregated from the mainstream society, even today itself also. They did not have any kind of land holding even today itself. But Babuji Ram, he brought the land reforms. He tried to abolish the Tenant Act. So in that, as per the land reforms taken up by the Babuji Ram, that everybody should have their own land, should be the owners of the land. But in the tradition, so some people segregated without having or without claiming the ownership of the land. Even today also, yesterday I also have raised this question. That Babuji's family also have been faced the same thing. His father was a landlord, but by the time Babuji time, he became a landless. You see the difference. But nowadays, that in political aspect, many people to criticize Babuji that he was the follower of Gandhiji, he was the follower of Gandhi family, and he was loyal to the Gandhi family, like that have been projecting. But if you think in deep, then you will come to know that philosophically, theoretically, and policy-wise, he was completely stood on opposite side of Gandhi family. Where Gandhi spoke about Gram Swaraj, the tradition-centric Gram Swaraj. Gandhiji have projected the tradition-centric Gram Swaraj, where Dr. Babuji Ram projected the technological, developmental, and advanced rural development thing. That's what, as an agriculture minister and as a food and agricultural minister, what happened? He just brought many kinds of reforms and acts to strengthen the rural economy and rural economic structures. And especially, let me tell you, at that time, 70s and 60s, India was facing the food crisis. But at the same time, with his vision and by following the modern technology, by introducing high-yielding varieties in seeds, and also that he also have focused on digging canals, construction of the dams and everything, that building the new communication system, that also what happened have helped for the development of India. That was his vision. Where, let me tell you, the Gandhiji believes in cottage industries. You know very well what does mean by cottage industries. Cottage industries means what? That Kammari, Kummari, they're all they should do their own handicrafts work only. And by that, what will happen? If you look at all handicrafts work in the tradition, with the lens of the tradition, that you will come to know the reality. There was a Jajmani system, it's there in my village. Jajmani system means that 4 or 5 Dalit families will be attached to the one landlord. And that all poor families, peasant families, agriculture labor families, they will be attached to one agriculture landlord. And then always 365 days, these entire families, all 5 to 10 families, they will go and work in their land itself. They don't go work. They don't have any option to go here and there and migrate here and there and earn their own food stuff or any sustainability, anything. This is what a kind of a system was prevalent. But Babuji told or advocated that you should possess your own land. You should be the owners of the land. That you should not be a tenant. You should not remain as a tenant. You should possess your own land. That's during Green Revolution time that these kind of land ownership acts also he brought into limelight. Technology introduced. This is what the thing. Whereas Gandhiji, no introduction of technology, no introduction of advancements in agricultural works and everything, and even thought-wise also, he want to follow the old Sanatana kind of lifestyle, Sanatana kind of social structure. He want. Why? Because maybe Sanatanism projecting as a kind of something beautiful kind of a matrix, unknown matrix. But if you go inside the Sanatana, their caste system, Varna system, but they define in different way, but we see that Dharma in different way. because we held lots of hardship from the history, that we know the reality. So the Babuji also know the reality. That's what happened. Completely he stood opposite side of the Gandhiji. Now Gandhiji regarded as a Mahatma. Babuji, Mahatma, father of nation like that. But the father of nation stood in favor of tradition, where our father of nation stood to bring the lower caste people or peasants or lower sections towards the modernity for self-sustainability. This is what the difference between Gandhi ideas and the Babuji ideas. And then Babuji, now by looking at this theoretical debate or differences between Gandhiji and Jagjivan Ram, that we can say that we can also contradict or counter the arguments have been built against the Babuji that he was the follower of Gandhiji. But he was never follower of any Gandhiji or any Nehruji or any other thing. He have his own independent ideology. It's there in his mind, and accordingly he executed, and there the fruits now we have been enjoying. That more discussions need to become. Whereas Professor Madhubabu Garu just have done a wonderful job by organizing this thing. Because of this discussion or this seminar, new ideas are coming. Literally, I am telling to you, I came here to tell about the life history of, I agree myself. I came here, I thought that I would like to tell about the life history of Babuji Ram. When he born, where he born, in which year, in which minister he took up. That is only, with that intention only I came here. But after looking at all discussions, then I have changed all my mind, and instantaneously I am speaking now. This is instantaneously I have been speaking on talking about Babuji, means that the things which I have learned from the discussions, that is I am just forwarding to you. So that's what I appreciate Professor Madhubabu Garu for organizing this thing. It means because of this seminar, yesterday instantaneously I have the thoughts came to my mind about Ambedkar and Babuji. And today, our Professor Rani Ratnaprabha, she also comprehensively explained about the technology, inclusiveness, development, and that is with these things it stricken to my mind that the great leader, that Babuji contribution and his ideas should theoretically, philosophically should be something, it seems some contradicting with the Mahatma. So that's what a great scientist who was an instrumental during the time of Green Revolution, Dr. Swaminathan, praised about Dr. Babuji Ram, that he is the real visionary. But maybe others won't accept it. But others won't legitimize his visions and his execution of his policies and everything towards the upliftment of poor people and rural areas people. But in reality, that all reconstruction with respect to the rural development and everything have taken place in the history really by Dr. Babuji Ram. That need to be accepted by everybody. So with this, now Gandhiji wanted to bring back the society to the ancient times. Whereas Babu Jagjivan Ram wanted to uphold the society and bring forward the society towards the modernity. This is what the basic difference, ideological difference, and even practically also have done. Gandhiji, he roamed around all the in and village, rural areas. He advocated Gram Swaraj, Sanatana Dharma, tradition, all these things. Whereas Babuji practically proved, implemented the rural development and brought the rural areas to the modernity and updated. He was the person who was instrumental applying the modern techniques to the rural India. Then only, that's what, because of his efforts only, let me tell you one thing. In 1930s, there was an economic crash, world economic crash. In 1980s also. In 1970s also. So for every decade, if you look at the economic cycles, there were economic crashes. But when it comes to India, that India maintained the sustained economy. Why? Because the rural economy have been strengthened by Dr. Babuji, Babu Jagjivan Ram itself. That because of his contribution, that India have been able to maintain the sustainable economy. So that's what he is a visionary and he is a theorist also. Why? Because practically he implemented, executed his theory. So like Gandhi, he did not only advocated the theories, Gram Swaraj, all these things, but he advocated, practically implemented, that he is so practical man, and his legacy will remain forever for the development, and whatever he sown the seeds of the development in rural areas will be continued, will be there forever. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much once again.